Crybully exposed, Rekieta's Streisand effect ignorance. Ever heard of the Streisand effect? It's a phenomenon where attempts to hide or censor information backfire, making the information more public. Rekieta, a legal commentator and YouTuber, appears to have missed this memo, finding himself in the spotlight for his attempts to silence critics. Rekieta is known for his YouTube channel where he discusses legal matters with a comedic twist. He's garnered a sizable audience, but his outspoken nature and controversial opinions often land him in hot water, attracting both fervent supporters and vocal detractors who challenge his perspectives relentlessly. He has recently been charged with drug, firearm, and child endangerment criminal charges, and he is not happy that this interesting matter of public record has fueled a whole new wave of clipping and coverage. The term crybully describes someone who uses victimhood to bully others. This behavior is significant in online discourse, where the power dynamics can shift rapidly. Understanding this concept is crucial in analyzing how public figures like Rekieta engage with their critics and manage their reputations. Rekieta has been involved in several online controversies, often due to his bold commentary on legal and social issues. These controversies tend to flare up when his statements provoke backlash, leading to heated exchanges that attract wider attention and intensify scrutiny of his public persona. The Streisand effect occurs when attempts to suppress information inadvertently amplify it. Named after Barbra Streisand, who tried to remove online images of her home, it highlights how efforts to control narratives can spiral out of control, drawing more attention to the very issues one seeks to conceal. The Streisand effect is a phenomenon where attempts to suppress information only amplify it. Named after Barbra Streisand's failed attempt to hide photos of her home, it highlights how efforts to control the narrative can backfire, drawing more attention to the very issue one wishes to suppress. In the digital age, the Streisand effect plays a crucial role in shaping online reputations. When individuals or organizations try to silence criticism or dissent, they often inadvertently fuel more interest and scrutiny. This can lead to widespread media coverage and social media discussions, further tarnishing their public image. Rekieta's attempts to silence his critics have illustrated the Streisand effect in action. His actions, intended to quell negative attention, often result in increased public interest and debate. This amplification can lead to more people scrutinizing his behavior, ultimately doing more harm than good to his reputation. Rekieta's public reactions to criticism often seem counterproductive. Instead of quelling dissent, his defensive and sometimes aggressive responses can fan the flames of controversy. These reactions, perceived as attempts to control the narrative, often undermine his credibility and exacerbate the situation, drawing more attention to the issues at hand. The irony of trying to control narratives online is that the internet thrives on open discourse and transparency. Efforts to suppress information often lead to increased curiosity and investigation. In Rekieta's case, his attempts to steer the conversation can inadvertently highlight the very controversies he seeks to downplay, illustrating the complex dynamics of online reputation management. Rekieta's legal threats often backfire, drawing more attention to the issues he's trying to suppress. By attempting to silence his critics through legal means, Rekieta inadvertently fuels the controversy. His approach highlights a common misunderstanding: legal action can amplify rather than diminish public scrutiny in the digital age. Public figures frequently underestimate the internet's vast reach and resilience. Their attempts to control narratives can backfire, as seen with Rekieta. His efforts to downplay controversies often result in more significant backlash, proving that transparency and openness are vital in managing one's online reputation and avoiding further escalation. Rekieta's actions frequently amplify his critics' voices, giving them a larger platform. By trying to suppress dissent, he inadvertently strengthens their messages. This reaction underscores the importance of addressing criticism with transparency and understanding, rather than attempting to silence or dismiss opposing viewpoints entirely. Exploring Rekieta's follower base reveals a divided audience, with both staunch supporters and vocal critics. This dichotomy illustrates the challenge public figures face in balancing diverse opinions. Rekieta's approach often seems to widen this divide, emphasizing the need for more inclusive engagement strategies to bridge gaps between different perspectives. Rekieta's confrontational tactics often backfire, intensifying the very issues he aims to resolve. In the digital age, aggressive strategies can lead to unintended consequences, as audiences tend to rally against perceived censorship. This pattern underscores the necessity for public figures to adapt their approaches to align with the dynamics of online discourse. Rekieta's follower base is a mix of ardent supporters and vocal critics. His supporters often admire his outspoken nature and legal insights, seeing him as a champion of free speech. Conversely, critics argue that his approach fuels divisive rhetoric, further polarizing audiences and intensifying online conflicts. Rekieta's public image is significantly shaped by his contentious approach to criticism. By engaging in heated exchanges and legal threats, he often amplifies his detractors' voices rather than silencing them. This strategy inadvertently boosts his critics' platforms, drawing more attention to the controversies surrounding him. In the digital age, Rekieta's tactics frequently backfire. Attempts to control narratives or suppress dissent typically result in wider dissemination of the issues he seeks to hide. This paradox highlights the futility of traditional reputation management strategies in the fast-paced, interconnected world of social media. Rekieta's efforts to silence dissent often prove counterproductive. By trying to quash criticism, he inadvertently validates his opponent's claims and encourages further scrutiny. This approach contrasts with the benefits of open dialogue, where acknowledging and addressing criticism can foster trust and credibility. Embracing online criticism can be a powerful tool for growth and resilience. By actively engaging with detractors and seeking constructive conversations, Rekieta could transform challenges into opportunities for learning and connection. This strategy not only diffuses tension but also showcases humility and adaptability in the public eye. In the digital age, embracing criticism is crucial for building a resilient online persona. By acknowledging and engaging with feedback, individuals can foster transparency and authenticity. This approach not only disarms critics but also turns potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding, ultimately strengthening one's reputation and credibility. Rekieta's interactions with negative press often lack the finesse needed to transform criticism into constructive dialogue. Instead of addressing concerns head-on, he frequently opts for defensive tactics, which can alienate both critics and supporters. A more open approach could pave the way for meaningful conversations and improved public perception. Humor can be a powerful tool in deflecting criticism and mitigating tense situations. By laughing at oneself or cleverly addressing negative comments, individuals like Rekieta can disarm detractors and win over audiences. This strategy not only lightens the mood but also showcases confidence and resilience in the face of adversity. Rekieta has often missed opportunities for constructive dialogue by focusing on confrontation rather than collaboration. Engaging openly with critics and acknowledging valid points can transform adversaries into allies. This shift in strategy could lead to richer, more productive conversations, enhancing his public image and fostering a more supportive community. Admitting mistakes publicly can be challenging, yet it offers a chance to demonstrate humility and growth. By owning up to errors, Rekieta could humanize his public persona, gaining respect and understanding from followers. This openness invites empathy and strengthens relationships, turning potential setbacks into stepping stones for personal development. Admitting mistakes publicly can transform a narrative from defensive to relatable, showcasing vulnerability and authenticity. When public figures acknowledge their errors, they humanize themselves, fostering understanding and connection with their audience. This shift can turn critics into supporters, offering a valuable lesson in humility and the power of sincere apologies. Rekieta's response to a viral video highlights his approach to criticism and public scrutiny. His handling offers insights into how influencers navigate the digital landscape. While some utilize humor or transparency, Rekieta's reactions often reveal a propensity to control the narrative, sparking further debate and attention. Rekieta's approach diverges from other influencers who embrace transparency and humor to mitigate backlash. By opting for confrontation or silence, he may miss opportunities to engage constructively with his audience. This contrast underscores the importance of adaptability and understanding in the ever-evolving realm of online interactions. Understanding internet culture is crucial for managing public image effectively. Rekieta's history of controversies suggests a pattern where attempts to silence dissent amplify it instead. Recognizing the nuances of digital communication is vital for public figures aiming to maintain a positive reputation and avoid unintended consequences. Rekieta's legal background influences his tactics, often steering towards confrontation rather than dialogue. This perspective, while rooted in defending one's stance, may not always translate well online. The digital landscape favors transparency and engagement, highlighting the need for strategies that resonate with internet-savvy audiences. Rekieta's legal background heavily influences his tactics, often opting for legal threats over open dialogue. This approach, rooted in his understanding of the law, sometimes clashes with the fluid nature of online interactions, where transparency and engagement are often more effective than attempting to control narratives through legal means. Rekieta's involvement in a major online feud highlights the pitfalls of his approach. His legal maneuvers, intended to silence opposition, inadvertently fueled the controversy. This misstep underscores how traditional legal tactics can backfire in the digital realm, where information spreads rapidly and unpredictably, often beyond one's control. The benefits of transparency and honesty in managing online reputation cannot be overstated. While Rekieta navigates controversies with a legalistic approach, embracing openness could foster trust and diffuse tensions. Public figures who prioritize transparency often find themselves better equipped to handle criticism and emerge with their reputations intact. Rekieta's actions serve as a cautionary tale about the Streisand effect. Attempts to suppress information can inadvertently amplify it, drawing more attention to the issue. This lesson in unintended consequences underscores the importance of understanding online dynamics and the potential fallout of trying to control public perception. The Streisand effect offers a powerful lesson in unintended consequences. Rekieta's story exemplifies how efforts to suppress criticism can escalate situations. Public figures must recognize that in the age of digital transparency, attempting to control narratives often leads to greater scrutiny and undermines their original objectives. Rekieta has the chance to refine his approach by embracing open dialogue and transparency. By acknowledging the power of the internet, he can transform criticism into opportunities for growth. Understanding and accepting the digital landscape will allow him to better connect with his audience and enhance his public image. Empathy plays a crucial role in managing an online presence. Rekieta can benefit from listening to his critics and understanding their perspectives. This approach not only humanizes him but also fosters a supportive community. By genuinely engaging with feedback, he can strengthen relationships and build a more resilient reputation. While Rekieta's journey has been marked by missteps, it also presents potential for growth and change. By adopting a more open, responsive stance, he can evolve into a more relatable figure. Embracing humility and adaptability will enable him to navigate controversies more effectively and nurture a positive public persona. Unfortunately, because Rekieta is a malignant narcissist, there is zero chance he will have a change of heart and stop being a crybully. Rekieta's experiences offer valuable lessons in handling online criticism and the consequences of trying to control narratives. As the digital age continues to evolve, understanding the Streisand effect and the importance of transparency becomes increasingly vital. His story underscores the need for public figures to adapt in order to succeed. What insights can you draw from Rekieta's experiences? Reflect on how you might approach online criticism in your own life. Sharing your thoughts and strategies can inspire others to handle challenges more effectively and contribute to a more understanding and communicative online community.